I don't in the coaching profession, sometimes you don't know. You had a great week of practice. We had great prep. We had great energy. Sometimes you could say that, maybe they had a little more energy than us to start the game. I don't have the answer for 14-0 other than they come out and punch us in the mouth. They got after us early. We needed to see if we could respond. Listen, that team was playing with house money. They didn't have nothing to lose. They're, smaller college, less scholarships, and, they were coming here, wasn't uptight or anything. And they played like that to start the game and had us on the ropes a little bit, and we had to dig out of it. But listen, these guys are not going to quit. We've never had a team here that quits. And they kept fighting. I think we gave up 14 in the first quarter, gave up 3 the rest of the night. So defense responded. And then offensively, we just wore them down, as you can see. You can look at these stats. The guy sitting right here, broke a school record. And we rushed for 200. I don't know what was the total rushing yards. Let me look.
251 for him.
272. Wait, what was the total for us? 369? Yeah, unbelievable. So, listen, you're going to play teams like that sometime. They got a little more fight at the start, but we recovered and we're able to get it done. And so, once again, I'm proud of these guys. We got to build off of this. We got to take this momentum. We got a heck of a challenge coming up, but we're going to celebrate all wins. Any way that we're going to celebrate them all and be ready to go for the next one.
Just some perspective. He passed Brian Saddlefield. He rushed for 243 yards, and Tyrone Rush held the record at 248. Those were back in the glory years in the 90s, and so he passed those 2 great guys. And this is by far the biggest Division I total. So
you don't know those guys. Okay? I do. Those were some heck of football players. Every one of those guys, they were part of the national championship team. So man, that's unbelievable. You'll get home tonight and you'll research a little bit to understand. But that's awesome. Led by these guys up front. He knows that. These guys, they led the way. So great job, Shandaric.
Any other questions?
Yeah, if I could start. The rushing game obviously became a factor tonight. Was that kind of plan going in, or was it as the game progressed with the passing did really become as effective?
Well, we want to run the football. Coach Held and them come from a place where, that's what he knows. We're going to run it first, throw it second. I think we've been accustomed and looking in the past. We threw it around a lot last year. And we threw it 50, 60 times a game. We don't want to have to do that. And we started a freshman quarterback tonight, so we want to make sure that, we kind of eased him into the game. I think he was a little uptight, a little tense there to start the game, say the least. He missed on some throws, but he settled down and, he took command of the offense. It was good to see. He plays like he's been around about 3 or 4 years as he gets in the flow of the game.
I've got a question for you, Shandaric. Was there any point during the game where you thought, I'm not just trying to win the game, I'm going for a record?
No, man. I just really want to win the game, man. That's the biggest thing, was to win the game. I think we have a good year with the coaches, teammates. Man, I really just want that win.
I don't know if he actually knew there was a record. I think he did there at the very end. We make it pretty obvious when we put him back in, but he didn't really know. So,
you want to give us your thoughts on actually breaking the record today?
It's just a blessing, man. Couldn't do without the O-line, my teammates, coaches, man. It's a big blessing.
Listen, that record stood. You don't know this. Somebody, did you tell me 29 years? It's 29 years. So that's I don't care who against and where. That's been 29 years standing. So.
Well, you've been alive, man.
Yeah.
What did you think about the offensive line?
They did good. Few mistakes here and there, but they overcame it and blocked, and they did their job.
Okay, what do you think about the offensive line tonight?
I think we had a good game. We really played together. We kind of pointed to it last week. We had a tough game in overtime. We came back and responded. I think we had a good game, but Powell just dragged people every other run. So, to be honest, I think he had a better game than us, man. I think he really earned that record.
These guys may not agree with me because, they lift weights too, but this is probably pound for pound, probably is the strongest guy on the football team. I'm not just saying that because you go to the weight room, you know that. He's unbelievable in the weight room. You can tell on the runs.
Let's go to the other side of the ball real quick. Obviously, the defense gave up 14 points, 2 great drives by the Cavaliers in the first quarter. But then the rest of the game, like you said, only gave up 3. What was the message on the sideline to the rest of your defensive players?
I think we just came out lazy. I feel like we came out thinking we were just gonna beat up on them just because they're D2. And they came out hitting us in our mouth. So going to the sideline, it was basically just let's play our football. Let's go back to week 1, how we was playing with enthusiasm and stuff. And I feel like we got back to it later in the game.
How are you want to talk about winning with the defense going for 3 turnovers again, second week in a row.
So it was 3, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fumble recovery, 2 picks.
That's big. Every week, our goal is to get 3 turnovers, whether they picks, fumbles, or regardless of what it is. We got 3 the first week, and we got 3 this week. So I feel like we're doing good. We're on track to, I feel like, lead the conference in turnovers again.
Yeah. Bailey said over the summer that if you guys didn't come up with 3 picks or 3 turnovers in practice, you had to do some extra sprints.
Yeah, we still doing that right now. So we won't have to run tomorrow.
All right.
I don't know about that.
Cam, I just wanted to get your thoughts on, since, you played with Kyle last year, just kind of the difference, especially early on in the season compared to how he was as a freshman.
I mean, he was special as a freshman. I feel like he's always had like a quick twitch in the open field and all that. But like you said, the weight room, like he's been in the weight room all season. You see that paying off, really. Like he's strong. He don't look like him. He's strong. He's strong as the ox. So the biggest difference I see.
Are you guys as a group more proud that he got that record, or do you think he's more impressed that he got?
I think we're more proud than anything,
I saw the team celebrate with him. That was good to see stuff like that. I mean, it's a lot of hard work goes in, a lot of practice, a lot of hours. Coming off, I don't want to sit here and talk about last week, but, we let one go, we felt like, and that was tough. But once again, we needed a game like that. Okay? It started out a little rough, but we weathered the storm, so to speak. One thing I do see on here, when you talk about, we've cut back on them penalties. Still got 6, but it wasn't 14, so that was better.
That's that favorite, a little bit better. I did want to ask you too, Chris, about I guess how important Shenderick is for what you guys want to do offensively, especially with Parker not playing tonight. I guess I don't know what his status might be.
Yeah, listen, Parker had a pretty bad injury, as we all know, okay? And you got to know Parker. His mentality is, let's go, I'm going to fight through it. But even he sometimes has to throw in the towel. And, he got out on the field last week, and he was bothered by it still. Probably we didn't rush him. He got the clearance to go, but, we probably need to hold him a little bit. And that's going to be – he's going to need that 1-2 punch. That's a lot. He was getting gassed tonight. And I know we threw some guys in there late, but Parker's a big part of this. Hopefully we'll get him back. Tremendous challenge coming next week. Probably the best defense we're going to see all year. So we need everybody healthy to get them there.
Was there any worries about throwing Shenderick back out there for the school record?
Yes, I'm not big on that. Okay, I wanted the record. Don't get me wrong. But that scares me because I always feel like they'll come back and get you. I saw him, tired football players can get hurt. And so I saw that. And we had the record, and then there was a holding. And we made the decision almost not to go. But I didn't want to be that guy, too. It's like, taking a guy throwing a no-hitter, because he's up to 100 pitches, We were 10 yards away, and 6.
Okay. How are you feeling there, Shenderick? Because, you had 20 carries last week, 20 carries this week. Last season, you didn't have a game with more than 9.
I feel good. My body's a little sore. I gotta get an ice bath tomorrow. It's about being in the weight room. Just try to get big, not really get hurt. I'm just a little hurt, but still gotta get an ice bath.
Are you going for another record next week?
I hope so, man. I hope so.
Okay.
Got one more quick question. Talk about Noah Walters, true freshman quarterback, decided to start him today. Didn't sling it a whole lot, but what did you see from him throughout this game?
Listen, I think the nerves got him, but he wasn't rattled. I mean, you just I don't know how to explain. You got to be over on the sideline with him, talking to the team. Once again, he's like he's been here for 4 years. Now, his play don't always look that way because he's still going to make mistakes. And we needed a game like this to kind of he was missing on some throws. His scope was off a little bit. He threw some way over the top of their heads. But he created plays with his feet and still, led the team. I thought he did a good job commanding the huddle. And, he's only going to grow. I mean, the kid's, once again, he's straight out of high school. He's a redshirt freshman, by the way, so he's still young. So.
Cam, give me your thoughts on Noah's effort out there as center. What did you think of him? I know there was some up and downness, I guess is maybe the best way to describe it tonight.
I liked it. He, like they say, he's a true freshman. After practice, we can get extra snaps. And I've been talking to him, asking how he feels about the game. He's always confident, seems like he's in a good head, just ready to play. And that's all you can ask for a quarterback. Go out there, give your best effort, make plays when you can, and just go back tomorrow, look at the film, fix what we need to. But I'm excited for the rest of the season.
Is he going to be the guy going forward, Chris?
Quarterback-wise?
Yeah.
I mean, we won tonight, and yeah, I mean, he'll probably be under center next week. I don't see any change in that. I mean, it depends on obviously how the week goes and all that. But yeah, I mean, right now we got to keep rolling with what we got. He kind of ended the second half of last week, and we won tonight. So yeah, I mean, he's got to be the guy right now.
Did he throw a few more deep passes than you guys had intended to tonight? 'Cause I think
That was probably me. Coach Hill didn't want to do that as much. That was me on the headsets, wearing them out about this. I don't know if you watched them, but they were in a lot of zero, and they were packed in there. Unbelievable that we ran the ball like that, you know, but you got to loosen them up sometimes. And even though, you know, connect, if you throw enough of them back there, it'll back them up some. And it did kind of loosen them up. So we called some shots down the field. I thought we should have connected on a couple. But it's something we're going to have to work on. What's something we got to work on?
Kyrie, this is a little bit better for you guys defensively in terms of the offense, putting up some points to give you guys some support this week.
Yeah, it definitely feels better, but at the end of the day, I feel like whatever the offense do, defense got to play how we play. You know, if they put up 7 points, we got to keep the other team to 3. So I really don't worry about what the offense doing or how many points they're scoring. I feel like we got to hold up our end of the bargain regardless of what they do.
Anything else any of you guys want to add?
No, just glad to get the win. I mean, listen, it was a tough week trying to get over that other game. We all know that was a tough one. And so just to come home and get the win, now we got to feel what it's like. And we got to, you know, we're going to celebrate it tonight and enjoy it and get back to work tomorrow. We got a tough opponent next week. But, you know, I like what I saw tonight. We need to build off of this.